Hello, everyone, and thank you for joining us today for Women's Agenda's first ever Women's Health at Work Summit. God knows that if there was ever a year to need an event like this, it's this one. I'm Tala Lambert. I'm one of the co-founders of Agenda Media and the editor-in-chief of Women's Agenda. I'm joined here in Sydney by some of our brilliant team, including my co-founder, Angela Priestley, who will be moderating some of today's excellent panels and firesides with me. Before we begin, I would like to acknowledge the traditional custodians of the land on which I am coming to you from today, the Cammeraygal people, and pay my respects to their elders past and present. I would like to acknowledge 60,000 plus years of continuous Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander culture, and I extend that respect to any Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander peoples joining us today. Our rationale behind wanting to put together this event was simple. For the past 2 years, we've heard from hundreds of our readers about the challenges they're up against and how their health and well-being has been impacted amid so many competing priorities and that women have been up against and how that's taken a plunge. We've also conducted research this year around women's ambitions and found that a staggering 39% of women in this country fear that burnout is going to hinder them over the next 12 months, and they are reconsidering their next steps in their careers. Women's health is something that has been ignored in Australia for too long, in policy, in social discourse, in families. Too many women don't feel as though they have the right support to balance all elements of their lives successfully. The system has propped women up to fail. Women's Agenda's aim this year has been to help shift this on its head. We launched a women's health podcast called the Women's Health Project, which forensically examines a range of women's health issues that have been sidelined for decades and explores the way we can change that story. We've continued with our regular weekly newsletter that further looks into all areas of women's health, and we continue to run events like this with plans for new ventures next year. Of course, everything we do here and our capacity to put on excellent free events like this is only made possible with the support of our partners who recognise how pressing these issues are and share our mission for change. I want to especially acknowledge the support of MYOB and Smiling Mind, Australia Post, Organon, Lion, Janaea, and the Pink Elephant Support Network in making this particular event a reality. Thank you so much. Today, we have a full lineup of brilliant sessions curated to start a different conversation and to show employers and policymakers what's needed to better support women's health in the workplace. I want to also thank the diversity of incredible speakers and thought leaders who have lent their time to this event. For anyone who's joining the event today, I want to also note that you can access a range of health resources and tools from our partners via the Event Expo booth, which you'll be able to see to the left-hand side of your screen. And please do feel free to ask any questions throughout the day, as well as via the comments section. Moderators will try to get to as many questions as possible, I promise. But anything left unanswered, we'll also collate and aim to cover off on Women's Agenda over the coming months.